Hey, deserving listeners. Today I'm going to react to Kendrick Lamar's song, The Heart, Part 5. My name is Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and a professor. Let's watch this video. Okay, so just chiming in here. I've already made this whole episode, and I edited the whole episode and uploaded it, and I got a copyright notice from YouTube, so I kept trying to edit it to make it acceptable to YouTube, and nothing was working, so I basically just had to mute all of the music. It makes it a bit of a weird reaction video, so I apologize for that. I'm also shortening the video clips, otherwise you're just watching 20 seconds of silence, which wouldn't be very interesting. And I knew that there would likely be some sort of copyright issue, but usually they just let you share the revenue or the label takes all of the revenue. But what was happening is that YouTube was saying they weren't going to allow anybody to even view the video. So this is the only thing I could do. All right, so I didn't know this until rather recently, but there's a whole genre on YouTube of people reacting to music. And I guess I'm stepping into that space right now, but I don't know exactly what people expect me to do. There's a lot of different kinds of reactions that I could have. As a musician myself, I could comment on the production, on the vamping piano, on the style of lyric, on the energy, on the vibe. But for me, with Kendrick, I think in particular, I like to look at the lyrics slower than what he's saying, because it happens so fast that it's hard for me to keep up. So I actually looked up the lyrics. And by the way, upon looking at some other reaction videos, even by other clinicians, I find that it's not really for me. I don't know what it is about the genre. I mean, I haven't seen many of them, but they seem to have a certain style that it's just not really the sort of stuff that I like to consume on YouTube. And I watch a lot of YouTube, so I'm worried that somehow I'm going to make a reaction video that I personally wouldn't want to watch myself. So I'm going to try to avoid that. I'm going to try to avoid doing the kinds of common things that are done when people react to songs. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but that's what I'm talking about. So the lyrics, I come from a generation of pain where murder is minor, rebellious and Margiela will chip you for designer, belt buckles and clout, overzealous if prone to violence, make the wrong turn, be it will or wheel alignment. I like that line. So I, as a lyricist myself, I'm terrible at writing lyrics, really. People will sometimes ask me what a song means, and I've heard other artists do this as well, that they will say that, look, just let the lyrics happen, and whatever you take away from it is what you take away from it. The artist will say, let it do its magic to you. Let the art provoke things within you, sometimes nonverbal things. You can't really even put it into words. And so that's how I'm approaching it. I am trying to guess at what he's trying to communicate, but at the same time, as a experiencer of his art, I want to let it affect me and then talk about what it does to me. And what it does to me is that when he says, make the wrong turn, be it will or wheel alignment, what that does to me is it suggests this notion that for some people, they will go down a path of violence and, belt buckles and clout and chipping others for designer stuff. They're making a choice, whereas there are other people that will go down that road because of the way that their wheels are aligned, meaning that they start off disadvantaged or influenced by others or something like that. Residue burn, mist of the inner city, miscommunication to keep homicide detectives busy. No protection is risky, desensitize, vandalize, pain, covered up and camouflaged. What it's doing to me is that desensitization that we can experience, particularly if you are exposed to violence and crime and pain and trauma, and then I vandalized, pain, covered up, and camouflaged. So that pain, again, this is just what it does to me. I don't know if this is exactly what he's saying, but he has the pain and then he vandalizes he vandalizes his own pain somehow, or vandalizes things to express his pain or something, and he covers up and camouflages his pain through desensitization and maybe through petty crime like vandalization. Get used to hearing Arsenal Rain, analyze, risk your life, take the charge, homies done fucked your baby mama once you hit the yard, that's culture. Yeah, by the way, there are probably references galore in the lyrics that I'm just not picking up on because I'm old. But getting used to hearing Arsenal Rain, analyze, risk your life, take the charge, I think what he's referring to is to take the criminal charge and be convicted. Homies done fucked your baby mama. Once you hit the yard, once you are in prison and you're in the prison yard, then your friends are now having sex with your partner, your romantic partner. And he says that's culture, I think meaning that's just the way things are, or it's acceptable, or something like that. 23-hour lockdown, again, referring to prison. They often will be secluded in their cells for 23 hours, 1 hour out. Then somebody called, said your little nephew was shot down. The culture's involved. I done seen people do 17, hit the halfway house. Halfway house, I think, meaning the transition residential facility out of prison, I'm guessing. So nephew was killed. I don't know if these are personal experiences of his or it's just an impression of a life. I like the chorus groove. I'm getting chills. I didn't expect it to happen. I thought that the song would persist in that verse groove. Said your little nephew said, get out and get his brains blown out. Looking to buy some weed, car wash is played out, new GoFundMe accounts will proceed, a brand new victim will shatter those dreams, the culture. Yeah, there's this kind of reference to the culture, Oh my God. That, I have chills again. Wow. So he looks at the camera for the first time, I think, and I'm thinking, his face looks a little interesting. I feel like I'm tripping out a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's OJ, and for half a second I'm thinking that I'm going nuts, but then there's his face, right? Yeah, so they have that technology. It looks pretty real. Huh. So I wonder what the message is here. Yeah, I was wondering where it was going to go. I was like, is it just going to be OJ the rest of the video? All right, so just chiming in here, the rest of this video will be for members of the YouTube channel. So if you want to see this full video and all the other member exclusive content that I have already made, then you want to become a member of the YouTube channel. I also want to thank everyone who already is a YouTube member, and I want to thank people in particular who have been a YouTube member for a long time, because it's sort of like when you become a long-term patron or YouTube member, it is sort of like having a secure job where you'll have a certain paycheck every month, that kind of thing. So I really want to thank people for that consistency. And everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.